Serge Gatari scaled his consultancy to $600,000 a month. How in the hell did he do that? How did Serge Gatari create a $7.2 million a year annual run rate business, all online, and get this, 95% profit margins, right? A $7 million a year online business that's over 95% profit margins is almost unheard of, right? And in this video, I'm going to be breaking down exactly how he did that, right? The exact acquisition funnel that's actually a lot simpler than you might think, and how he installed this into his own business, right? So if you're not familiar with who Serge Gatari is, then just know that he coined the term build and release that you hear so much about today, okay? He actually shut down his done-for-you appointment setting agency that was making around $30,000 a month to start and scale his build and release $600,000 a month growth partner business, okay? And he actually scaled his client portfolio to over $10 million in ad revenue, right? And in this video, I'm going to be breaking down exactly how he did this, okay? So step number one, right, is he created an awesome fucking offer, okay? And this is a requirement, right? You do need to have an awesome offer. So when you look at Serge Gatari's ideal client, right, who's a B2B business owner making around 10, probably closer to 25K a month, right, but is looking to scale to those first six-figure months, right, 100K a month and beyond, okay? Then you need to understand what Serge Gatari does differently than the rest of the people that are targeting the same avatar, okay? And that's the fact that he solves the entirety of his customer's gap, right? He solves every single problem, every single bottleneck they could face in their business to help actually truly bridge the entirety of the gap, right? So most of Serge's competitors, right, that are targeting the same avatar, okay, will offer small parts of the gap, right? They'll offer things like, hey, I'll help you create a no-brainer build and release offer, right? They'll offer stuff like, hey, I'll help you drive attention to your offer, right? Like an appointment setting agency, a long form agency, right? Just to name a few, okay? Like appointment flow, I'll help you get more appointments on your calendar, okay? Like an appointment setting agency, for example, okay? Some sort of sales process agency, right? Like a sales manager, maybe, right? Or I'll help installing sales teams and sales processes, right? Or even people that help on the back end with fulfillment and placing talent, okay? All of that's cool. But Serge Gatari does it all. He solves the entirety of his customer's gap, right? Making his offer so unique in the market, right? Because it can do what no other offer does, right? Or what very little other offers do, okay? And that's solved the entirety of the gap, okay? But how does Serge actually get clients for this offer, right? The offer is amazing. That's good, right? But how does he actually get attention to the offer? How does he actually get clients, right? That's the question we're looking to answer. Okay, and I'm going to start by giving you a breakdown of the things, the fundamental principles that Serge Gatari understands, right? And what Serge Gatari understands better than anyone is that we are in a trust recession, right? And person-to-person trust is at its lowest point in decades. As a matter of fact, the Pew Research Center found that 73% of young adults in the US see others as selfish, exploitative, and untrustworthy, and say things like most of the time people just look out for themselves, and that most people would try to take advantage of them if they got a chance. Right? Now I know what you're thinking. Building trust takes years though. And I just don't have that type of time. Well, you're wrong. Because building trust actually only takes 7 hours. Right? The 7-hour rule. In 2015, Daniel Priestley shared one of the most powerful concepts in sales and marketing ever in his book Oversubscribed. And the core premise, it takes 7 hours of cumulative interaction time between a lead and a company to build the necessary trust for that lead to want to buy the company's product or service, right? Now the problem is, okay, is that most coaches, consultants, agency owners, okay, think the answer to this is as simple as creating content and creating a personal brand, right? And while that is true, while creating content and building a personal brand and an audience is a big part of the puzzle, it's not all of it, okay? Because just building a personal brand in 2024 is no longer enough, right? Because when you look at the study from the Pew Research Center, okay, you need to realize that this study was actually from 2018, right? Want to know what's happened in that 6-year span from 2018 to 2024? Well, the creator economy has grown, okay? To get this, 303 million people, right? The creator economy has now grown to 303 million people, with over half of them joining the economy after 2020, right? Think about how insane that is. Half of the 300 million people that are now in the creator economy joined after 2020. Well, what does that mean for content and personal branding? Well, it means that the old model of marketing is dead, right? We're creating a $100 million offer, driving traffic to the offer through cold outreach, running an ad, or even posting content now, right? Content used to be the great equalizer. Building an audience and a personal brand used to be the great equalizer and the most powerful tool in modern history. And it still is, right? But just posting content anymore, just creating an audience is no longer enough, right? If you're trying to close your prospects in one call, then this model is dead, right? It's dead, okay? And the problem is that most coaches, consultants, and agency owners are still stuck in the traditional business growth flywheel, where they rely on buying leads, relying on referrals, doing cold outreach, working with agencies, or running digital ads directly to their website or calendar booking page for consultation booking, right? But the problem is that these prospects on the sales call won't even have 7 minutes of trust built into your service, let alone the 7 hours that they actually need, right? All of this leading to longer sales cycles, low client conversion rates, and a perceived low lead quality when in fact it's not the lead that's low quality. It's the fact that that lead is simply not primed to convert yet, right? And on the back end, all of this leading to less revenue collected, less budget to grow your team and increase your capacity, and less funds to acquire more leads and clients, right? Only to leave you struggling, okay? And this is the reality. This is the life that most coaches, consultants, and agency owners are living today, right? And this is only made worse by the fact that only 3% of a market, we know from market economics, consists of active buyers at any time, where the 97%, the ones that are overlooked, right, may have a need, but just aren't ready to act yet. Or even worse, don't even have a current need or interest in the product or service you're selling in the first place, right? And what Serge Gatari understands better than anyone is that these traditional client acquisition methods only capture and retain the attention of the 3% of the market that's in buy now mode, right? And Serge understands that the 97% of people who don't need his service today may need it tomorrow. But if he were to approach client acquisition like that, right, using in the traditional business growth flywheel, then he would be limiting himself to only 3% of the market, right? And we can see what happens when we do that, right? When you focus on direct response selling to only 3% of the total addressable market, then you're going to be hard selling the low trust leads, right? You're going to have a low volume of educated leads on your calendar, leading to longer sales cycles, low client conversion rates, and on the back end, a lower case volume, meaning chargebacks, disputes, and low revenue to reinvest back into the growth of your business, right? What Serge Gatari understands, right, is that if he can simply focus on building trust with 100% of the addressable market, he can be selling the higher trust leads, right? He can have a high volume of educated leads leading to shorter sales cycles, high client conversion rates, and on the back end, a higher case volume, meaning more revenue to reinvest in the client acquisition and faster growth of his business as a whole, right? Now, what has Serge done to move towards this trust building model? Well, he's installed a system. He's installed the system directly into his business along with all of the inputs necessary to attract the attention of 100% of his addressable market, right? Not just the 3% that's ready to buy now, okay? He's educated those leads to decrease his sales cycle length so he can close them in just one call, right? He's built lead trust to increase his conversion rates, right? So super easy closes, okay? And he's added $600,000 a month as a result. But most importantly, become the most known, liked, and trusted figure in B2B partner growth, right? That is the impact that installing this system has done for Serge Gatari and his business. And I'm going to be showing you exactly how it works, right? So let's get into it, okay? This system is called the Growth Creator Funnel, okay? And essentially what the Growth Creator Funnel does, okay, is it's creating, right, and generating trust, okay, in one channel before you make an ask to make that prospect buy your stuff, right? What do I mean by that? Well, essentially it starts with your traffic sources, right? So for Serge Gatari, it's organic content and paid ads. That's how he drives traffic to his offer, okay? But instead of driving traffic directly to his high ticket offer, right, the 15, 20, 25K offers that he sells, he actually drives it to a low ticket community, right? For him, it's NBL, the Natural Born Leaders community, okay? And inside of NBL, there is a shit ton of value, okay? There's long form bangers in there, technical sauce about how B2B business owners can apply the growth infrastructure that is build and release into their own business, right? And what that does, okay, is it provides goodwill, or rather instills goodwill, education, and trust in not only Serge Gatari's business model and his service, but also in Serge Gatari himself. Okay? All of this, right, is catered to the 97% of the market that's not actually ready to buy now. Okay? So when they are ready to buy now, when they are actually having a need, right, when they're like, oh my God, I need this, okay, they know who to go to. And that's Serge Gatari, because they already trust him, right? He's already built up so much goodwill with them that they're eventually going to turn into a high-ticket consultation and a high-ticket client, right? It's a super simple funnel, right? It's creating every day and generating a little bit of trust, okay, inside of your content and your paid advertising, right? Then just driving all of that traffic into one channel, right? A super low investment ask, right? $47 a week for a B2B business owner is nothing, right? And then it's a bunch of value that shows Serge Gatari's expertise, right? Actually provides goodwill, or rather instills goodwill, education, and trust in the service, and has conversion mechanisms that can help those warm prospects, his buyers, right, convert into high-ticket consultations and high-ticket clients, right? That's how Serge Gatari goes about it. So let me actually show you like a breakdown of how this looks inside of his own personal brand ecosystem and his own business, right? So like I said, okay, he gets the majority of his traffic from number one, YouTube, and number two, Meta ads, okay? So for his YouTube, okay, let me actually show you how that works, right? So his YouTube is a bunch of technical value, right? Super in the weeds value. So even though he only has 40,000 subscribers, those 40,000 subscribers are some of the highest quality subscribers on YouTube, right? Because he's so in the weeds. He's so technical with the value he gives, right? That it leads to super, super high trust leads, right? So let me actually show you where he drives all this traffic to from YouTube. He actually drives it to a type form, okay? And essentially this type form, right, essentially just qualifies and vets qualified leads versus unqualified leads, right? So for example, okay, let's say you just want to dive deeper and learn more. Let's say you're very familiar with build and release. And let's say you're making only $2,000 to $10,000 a month, right? Once you give your name, okay, I'll just say testing and hacking, right, because we're funnel hacking him here, then you're going to see where this takes you, right? Testing at gmail.com. Bear with me, guys. And you put a phone number in, right? This actually takes you, okay? You're going to see. So whenever you fill out an application, okay, and you're not Serge's ideal customer yet, right? You're only making $2,000 to $10,000 a month. You're not making, 25 and 50K a month or more. Then you're actually going to get access, or rather an invitation to join NBL, right? Where you click this button and it essentially takes you to this landing page, right? So, okay, essentially what it does is it filters you. Okay, and if it deems that you're unqualified for the actual, partner offer, then it takes you to this landing page. Okay, the same thing that these ads take you to. Okay, so you can see these ads, right? He's got a bunch of different ads, right? He's got a straight lead format, right? A lead format that essentially takes people to this landing page, okay? He also has a DM ad, right? That funnels people directly into his DMs, where he has an appointment setter that, again, gets them onto this landing page, okay? He also even has retargeting ads, right? For his warm audience, right? And he drives them again to where? To this landing page, okay? So on the lead form ads, as soon as you fill out your information, he has an appointment setter within 5 minutes of you texting, or rather you giving your information to Meta, calling you up, right? Making sure you actually join this $1 a month community, right? It's really $1 a month, right? Or rather it's $1 for your first week and then it's $47 a week, right? So again, it's a no-brainer offer, $1 a week, and you can get all of Serge's insights, right? Why wouldn't you say yes to that? So I reckon the conversion rate here is probably over 50%, right? That's really not an unrealistic number there because it's such a no-brainer, right? So on this landing page, okay, it's essentially pitching NBL, right? And because NBL is just $1 for the first week, everyone says yes. And the thing is, they don't churn out because the value in there is so good. Serge Gatari even does a weekly call in there, right? That people want to stay and they want to learn. Okay, he even has challenges, right? Like the Growth Creator Challenge, where he actually offers to build out one person's offer per week completely for free, right? And because people want their offer built out by Serge himself, they stay in, okay? Again, $1 for week one and $49 a week afterwards, right? But the important question, right, and what you're probably wondering is how does Serge convert these people in NBL into actual like paying clients, right? Or rather high ticket paying clients, right? The ones on his 15, 20, 25K offers, right? Well, he does that, okay, again, like I said, by providing goodwill, trust, and education, right? So he has weekly support calls, okay? And he even has 6 different offer breakdowns, right? Where he breaks down, where he has a course essentially, where he's broken down 6 different offers, okay, that a lot of his clients fall in, right? In a lot of the niches that his clients fall in, and essentially gives them the framework for installing that infrastructure, that build and release offer into their own business, right? Now the thing is, okay, he bets on him providing so much goodwill, trust, and education that when these prospects are finally warm enough, where they're like, dude, I want this guy's help, right? When the need is actually there, they can go straight to this landing page, right? Where essentially, okay, he has a VSL, okay, that sells his high ticket offer, okay, where they can click, yes, I want to become a partner, and they can schedule a call with this team, right? Now, Serge actually has a way to kind of get you on there quicker. So the thing with NBL is when you join NBL, right, you actually get this email first, or rather when you buy NBL from the purchase page, right, you get redirected to this page right here. Okay, and essentially it's an onboarding video essentially, right? And what Serge has you do, or rather tells you to do in the onboarding video, is to fill out this onboarding form, right? And what this onboarding form essentially is, okay, is it's vetting if you're qualified or not, right? He makes this mandatory, right? To get access to all the channels, he actually makes you fill this out, right? So essentially, you can see some of the questions he asks here, right? He asks for your phone number, right? So he can contact you. He asks what your current business model is, what you're currently selling, your currently monthly revenue, what niche you're serving, right? And actually some of your motivation as well. So what's making you want to do build and release, right? What's your current team size? How are you currently getting leads, appointments, and clients, right? All of this information, okay, essentially to deem if you're qualified. And if you are qualified, you'll actually get sent straight to this page right here where you can book in a call with the team, right? They'll extend you an invitation where you can book in a call, right? Now, I know what you're thinking. You're thinking, oh, well, these prospects aren't even warm enough yet. Well, one interesting thing that Serge does, okay, is he makes so you can't book in within 24 hours, okay? And once you book in, right, he actually redirects you to NBL as well, right? So once you fill out the information, okay, remember that they're still in NBL, right? So they still have 24 to 48 hours in most cases to consume all the knowledge. So they're actually educated before the sales call. And they're actually trusting of Serge Gatari as a service provider, right? And you'll find, okay, that if you go through this process, you're likely going to be an NBL partner company, right? That's how this works. Now, Serge Gatari also does some side stuff, right? Where he has like a crazy webinar, like a special event webinar every 2 to 3 months whenever he's testing out a new offer, like a new AI offer, like the growth creator offer that he's been selling, right? He has one of these new offers every 2 to 3 months, and he does a special event webinar inside of NBL. And what this does is essentially is a big downpour, right? Essentially a big like drop, right? A big drop, a big launch essentially that gets a bunch of the goodwill that he's built and gets it to convert, right? These webinars, I assume, make over $150,000 to $200,000 a month alone, right? Because he's limiting the spots, he's getting crazy urgency on there, and he's essentially capitalizing on the goodwill that he's been building in NBL for so long, right? So this process, okay, driving all of your traffic to a super low investment community, right, where you have a bunch of value, okay, to build goodwill, trust, and education in your service so that when the people inside of the community are actually needing help, right, where they're actually primed to convert, then they can go straight to you because they trust you more so than anyone else to actually buy your high ticket service. That's the funnel, that's the process Serge Gatari uses for his business to make $600,000 a month. So if you're looking to install this funnel into your own business, I can actually help you do that because I've done this for a lot of my creator clients. So just book in a call in the description below. But if not, then just subscribe for more value, and I'll see you guys in the next one.